In this tutorial, I'm gonna talk about price elasticity of demand. I hope after watching my video, you guys will able to learn what is price elasticity of demand and where it is being used in the real market. So before going to that, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to receive notifications. So there are 5 main cases of price elasticity of demand. I will explain one by one briefly. In this first example, I'm going to talk about what is inelastic demand. So inelastic demand, when the prices of any good or commodity are relatively higher or lower as compared to quantity. Here in inelastic demand diagram, the percentage increase in prices are more as compared to percentage decreases in quantity. As shown in the figure, we have a 60% increase in prices, which result is 20% decrease of quantity. So this is price inelastic demand, and this situation is applicable where products are necessity of life. Regardless of increase or decrease of their prices, it will not affect the quantity demanded. Such goods tends to have few substitutes and are considered necessity of life. For example, petrol. Those with car will need to buy petrol to get to work. If the prices of petrol increase or decrease, it will affect the number of customers. So the inelastic demand is always less than 1. So now let's talk about elastic demand. When the prices of certain goods and services increases or decreases, leads to bigger percent change in demand. For example, here in figure we see a small change in prices, that is increase in 10% in prices leads to decrease 50% of quantity. So therefore elastic demand will be greater than 1. And normally in elastic demand, people are more price sensitive. In a sense, for example, when little increase in prices, people tend to find more alternatives of that specific goods. These goods are luxury goods, for example, sports car. People buy it frequently. So in inelastic demand, when huge increase or decrease in prices does not affect quantity demanded, and people normally buy those products, while in inelastic demand a little percent increase or decrease in prices of certain products will affect greater percent increase or decrease in quantity demanded. So people are price sensitive in inelastic demand. Now let's talk about perfectly inelastic demand. What if the prices of certain goods like insulin goes up time to time again? People tend to buy at any price level. This is an extreme condition of demand curve. As shown in the figure, demand curve is absolutely vertical line. No matter if price level is on P1, P2 or P3, the quantity demanded of certain product remain the same. Products are completely insensitive to price. No matter if price level is on P1, P2 or P3, the quantity demanded remains the same. Price elasticity of demand is become zero in perfectly inelastic demand. If we see that in perfectly elastic demand, this curve represented by horizontal line, and this horizontal line is price of certain goods and services. An increase or decrease in demand curve will not affect its prices. Thus elasticity of demand is infinite. This situation normally happens when there is perfect competition. For example, if buyer increase the price of certain goods, no one will buy that good from him. So the customer would buy from cheaper alternatives. In last, if we see that in unit elastic demand, a change in price will cause an equal proportion change in quantity demanded. So in figure, as we see that the width of this area, uh, is equal to the width of this area. So this situation happens where company sets its pricing strategy very carefully because a slight change in prices, whether increase or decrease, will affect and change quantity demanded in same proportion. If you have any question regarding price elasticity of demand, please comment below. Thank you.